Welcome back to the Center Square Daily. I'm your host, Greg Bishop. Now let's put Illinois into focus with what's expected to be a very busy week this week. The Illinois Senate and House return today. After last week, the House approved 133 bills. Now, the Center Square reporter Sean Reed reporting many of those bills could have impact on how tax dollars are being spent and impacts on the community. House Bill 228, or the Junk Fee Ban Act, it would make it illegal for businesses to advertise items at a specific price without also including all fees and surcharges related to the purchase within the advertised price. Now, the bill specifically carves out tips and any taxes or fees imposed by the government. Here is the sponsor of that measure, Democratic State Representative Bob Morgan.
This bill delivers on a promise that is quite simple. The price that you see should be the price that you pay. Whether it's the unexpected add-on charges when booking a hotel room or house rental, purchasing tickets online, or ordering food delivery, you have already paid hidden fees. You've already paid junk fees. These deceptive fees are costing the average Illinois family $3,000 a year at a time when household costs are sky high and families are already experiencing a strain on their wallets.
Now, on the floor, in response to Morgan's bill, Republican State Representative Tom Weber told lawmakers to vote against the bill despite agreeing with some of the bill's intent.
I do agree with a lot of what you're trying to do here. Specifically, I can't get past the COVID impact fees showing up on a receipt at the end of your meal. I think that would have set me off enough. But ladies and gentlemen, I understand Leader Morgan's intent. I think it's a great idea. However, I think this legislation goes just a step too far on our already overburdened businesses here in the state of Illinois. So I urge a no vote.
Now, House Bill 4592, the Retail Cash Payment Act, it would require most stores and establishments in the state to accept cash as a form of payment, excluding transactions done at self-checkout stations and online. Now, violators of that proposed law would first receive a written notice and would then escalate, beginning at no more than $50 for a first offense, $100 for the second, and $500 for each additional offense within 12 months of the first. Another measure passing out of the House last week, House Bill 4137, would allow school districts to provide for an extended motel stay for a child who is at risk of becoming or is homeless. Currently, school districts can already give rental or mortgage assistance and other financial support that could result in a child losing permanent housing. Clarifying her bill, Democratic State Representative Michelle Mussman said that it could actually be cost-saving measures for school districts already supporting unhoused students who may be displaced far from their school if they're staying with family. House Bill 5093 in Illinois, it would change the requirements necessary to receive in-state tuition rates, removing language requiring students have lived in the state while attending high school and not have been a resident of a different state before attending a state university. To be eligible in the bill, students will still be required to have spent 2 years and receive a diploma at an in-state high school. Another of the 133 bills that the Illinois House passed last week, 5316, it would give the Illinois Emergency Management Agency the right to enter public and private property to take environmental samples in response to disasters that could result in radioactive contamination. Another bill, House Bill 1590, creates a civil liability for sending unsolicited intimate images for individuals over the age of 18. Now, if a person knowingly sends obscene material over the internet to another individual without their consent, they could be sued for a minimum of $500 or for greater damages. That measure also passing last week. The Illinois House also passing 4834, which would no longer collect records or prescriptions and dispensing of testosterone and various other types of hormone treatments under that prescription monitoring program. The bill also requires the Illinois Department of Human Services, currently collecting those records, to destroy them by the start of 2027. Again, these are just some of the more than 130 bills that passed the House last week. Both the House and the Senate, they return today, and they're going to be taking up all kinds of other legislation with legislative deadlines at the end of the week. They have a May 31st deadline to pass a budget with simple majorities, but many observers don't think we'll see the budget until the final days of legislative session. So a lot is expected this week, and a lot's expected tomorrow as well. Illinois Gun Owner Lobby Day, bringing hundreds of gun owners to the Capitol for a rally and for them to talk to their legislators. The SEIU union also expected to rally to push for higher taxes on the wealthy. And the Center Square's investigative units will be watching the Commission on Equity and Inclusion, which has a commission meeting Wednesday afternoon and is then expected in front of a House committee to request the budget for the coming fiscal year. Now, last week, State Representative Brad Halbrook, he highlighted recent reporting by the Center Square about this particular commission.
Members, there's a peculiar habit in government, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. When something isn't working, we don't fix it. We fund it, we expand it, and then we even congratulate ourselves for trying. That brings me to the Illinois Commission on Equity and Inclusion. Now, we were told that this commission would increase access. We were told it would expand opportunity. We were told it would bring more vendors into the process. But according to the reporting from the Center Square, what we are actually seeing tells a very different story. Instead of opening doors, this commission appears to be narrowing them. Instead of increasing participation, we see fewer vendors engaged. Instead of simplifying access to state contracts, we are watching the process become even more difficult, more complicated, and more burdensome. And here's the rub. This is not happening for free. We're all paying for it. So before we add another dollar, before we pat ourselves on the back, let's take an honest look at what is actually happening here. Because if the goal is opportunity, this commission is failing, and we're paying a huge price for it. Thank you.
So be sure to be with us for Illinois in Focus for the rest of the week to stay up to date with the Center Square Daily. And you can get those headlines in your inbox by signing up for the free newsletter at thecentersquare.com.